just go listen to that song. If you don't know, it's AI. The entirety of it is AI. The lyrics AI generated, and another program was used to generate the vocals and stuff and put it together. And I'm not sure if this particular person who's making these is editing the lyrics, like they're getting a rough example and fixing them. It doesn't sound like. I think they're just taking the raw output and inputting it into another program and doing that. But here's the problem. And I don't know if this was foreseen or not, or if it's just being ignored. But so there was a whole ordeal with licensed music being removed from TikTok. And the industry was like, we'll show them. And unfortunately, that void has to be filled. That's how social media works. Unlike a lot of other things, if you take something away from social media, the void will be filled. That is what makes online things such a vast market, right? If there is a void that appears, it is instantaneously filled, either with garbage, mediocre content, great content, or a mix of all of those. This content isn't entirely bad. It just has that slighted issue of being AI, which a lot of people don't support. Now, would I like to see that as an actual song out by an artist? Yeah, I would. I would love to see it because it's funny. There's a couple of country songs like that are just hilarious, and they make sense. And it's kind of a newer genre that we haven't really seen before. Not to this excess, right? And so it pokes fun at country because of how country's just been kind of recycled over the years. But beyond that, I think they're great. I don't think they should be sold. I don't think they should be because it is, again, using AI, which means it's ripping content from other people. The vocals are definitely off a bit, but these need to be things that I think that at a minimum, the person should have the right to sell the lyrics as licensed good. As far as producing it, that's a gray area. How are we covering this? Because unlike pictures of AI where you're taking someone else's art to make it, if we're taking words and rearranging them, a human can do that. AI is doing the same thing. So what is the difference between a traditional parody a human wrote and a parody that AI wrote? Now, keep in mind, please, I am a proponent against AI. I do not believe AI should be replacing humans. I do not believe it should be made to make art. I have made AI art. I put it out there for free, mainly as avatars. I'm not really looking to turn that into a business. And that's not the point. But the question does have to be asked, though, if somebody takes AI-generated lyrics and they're able to put it to music and it fits like this did, if they were to sell that to an artist to actually record, would that be wrong? Because then there's other questions. If another human being is writing lyrics and they're not singing themselves and they're selling it, what a songwriter does, how is that different from the AI portion? And I'm asking that seriously. And I'm not trying to be facetious. I really want people to try to interact and answer this. Where do you draw the line on AI creation? Where do you think too much is too much, and what do you think is acceptable? Because whether anybody likes it or not, when it comes to general people making content, there is going to be a bare minimum of acceptable AI-generated content. There will be a bare minimum. There has to be. Like, some of it has to be usable. And that's got to be done for multiple reasons. One, because some of it is discernible from original works. Two, it is not fair to allow big business to be making AI-generated content and cutting the general person off. We're making a, rules for thee, not for me kind of situation in that. So again, where do you draw the line, and what are your opinions on AI at this point? And feel free to please discuss it, here. I welcome the comments and can't wait to see what you guys have to say.